and stay put in meditation. Maximize your energies. And when not in meditation, we have to utilize our energies by using our thought for the best purpose of the whole being kind. Every reality is welcome. We celebrate birth, we celebrate death, we celebrate not coming here. We won't come onto the earth if we don't want to come here. There is nothing wrong in not choosing to come here. Everything is right everywhere. But we have chosen to come here to be our best at any given time. When we are at our best, best flows from us all around. When we are at our worst, the worst flows. So it is our duty to see that we are always at our best through meditation. Meditation gives everything to every person. When you get everything, then you are in celebration. Celebration, celebration, celebration. Meditation, meditation, meditation. Celebration, celebration, celebration.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, wonderful evening. As we are coming to the concluding days of the program, it's very, very appropriate to contemplate upon what Patriji mentioned in that video. Death is welcome, life is welcome. He said, celebrate death. I used to hear in the hallways of PSSM, and then particularly when I was interacting with this Grand Master, Dr. Newton, that we have here, that as much as you celebrate birth, death is just another passing stage. There's so many lives that we are not a mere random existence that we here for this birth alone. So in the 6 theories of spiritual science, the law of reincarnation and law of karma beautifully explain why we come and go. And now with quantum physics, we are talking about multi-dimensional personality with no time, no space, existing simultaneously, because everything is energy and matter. So it's got to be there somewhere in some form if it didn't exist here. The point is that we must explore in the path of spirituality, to be very open to explore this concept of what happens after life. And then we also explore significantly the concepts of what happened in our childhood and every life, this life and every life, specifically because there is this understanding that we are as a personality that is defining our reality every day is significantly influenced during that time frame, during our childhood. Our personality creates our reality, and that personality significantly is influenced and developed, particularly during the childhood, and as during the entire lifetime. We know that up to 35, 40 years, typically is getting developed. exploring ourselves deeply into the present, into the past through various mechanisms, some of them being the concept of inner child, concept of past lives, concept of future lives, life between lives, is essential. Patriji, Dr. Newton always mentioned that these are essential to be knowing ourselves fully. The goal of meditation, idea of meditation is to understand ourselves fully, to be happy in every moment. Then we got to get to them at some point to understand them. And what we explore is what we become. What we explore is what we experience. That is fundamental based on the quantum principle. So if we put our attention enough to know more about our deeper inner self, if we put enough about know about our past, we will get to know about it. We just have to put our attention on it enough, knowing more, reading more, learning more, listening more about that. And so I'm very, very happy today here with us, really a grand master, somebody that I have great, great respect for what he is exemplifying in his knowledge, his dedication, and his commitment, the depth of understanding, and then more importantly, the number of people that he and his spouse, but another grandmaster, Dr. Newton, Dad Lakshmi, are doing through their project, through their work called Quantum Life University and Life Research Academy, and then Lifetimes Magazine, and many more. And we all have people who influence our lives. And then to me, Dr. Newton is one such master. So thank you, Dr. Newton, for joining. I know you've been in Vietnam for months, and you've been doing so much deep work there in Vietnam, and I'm so glad that you just came back and accepted to be here. Really, really thank you. From all of us from Buddhastic Quantum Foundation, and please add Ratanavel here. Ratanavel, add to your circle screen to formally introduce Dr. Newton. S. Newton, so great to have you here. Is your voice okay? We just want to test. Dr. Newton, is he?
Voice is okay.
Your voice. I want to check
my voice. Okay.
All right. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Ratanavel, please go ahead.
Great. Yes, sir. So I'm happy to introduce Dr. Newton, Brahmarishi Chakravarti, Dr. Newton Kondaviti, MBBS, MD, is a medical doctor who realized that everyone has an inner doctor and therefore chose to become a soul doctor instead of practicing conventional medicine. Dr. Newton and his wife, Dr. Lakshmi, are world-renowned practitioners and teachers of meditation and spiritual science, pioneers in past life regression, future progression, and life between lives regression, internationally acclaimed experts on reincarnation and law of karma, teachers of rebirthing, breath work, inner child work, family constellation, and organizational constellation work, researchers of paranormal phenomena, experts in mind-body spirit integration, energy medicine, holistic healing, teachers of self-empowerment, motivational speakers. The list goes on, goes on. Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi founded the Quantum Life University, a global center for the learning of spiritual science, modeled on the lines of ancient Takshashila University and Nalanda University. At heart, he is always an eternal student. He is a symbol of humility and unconditional love. He is a tremendous source of inspiration to many, many. I welcome you, sir, to the stage, and the stage is yours for the guest talk on the psychology of inner healing and the ways to heal. Yes, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Chandra Shekharji. It's always wonderful to hear from you about all that what you're doing. 36 weeks online, these meditations is touching so many lives, transforming so many lives. And thanks Buddha CEO Foundation and all the team members and Ratnaveli ji for introducing me to all the friends here today. I'm a seeker of truth. That's how I came across Patriji. A deep reverence, a deep gratitude to Patriji for all that what he taught me. Without a guru, without a physical teacher, we will not be progressing. We can't learn certain things from just books. We need some physical presence of someone. Patriji for me represents always the physical presence of a wisest guru who walked on this planet and who is with us always. He's now available, accessible for everyone around the globe. And Chandrasekhar ji mentioned about death, embracing death and embracing, celebrating life, which are the very core concepts of PSSM movement. Because we are not here to fear death, avoid death, because one day it is such a natural phenomena that occurs to each and every one of us. We already have died so many times. This is not new. Today, let's take that theme, because one of the fundamental rights that we all have is right to exist. When we're coming from the womb into this world as a newborn child, this is the most important right. We claim our birthright that I exist here, I belong here. Otherwise, we don't have roots. Many of us, these roots are shaken. We don't feel that we are existing. Because of various reasons, we feel very uncomfortable in coming into the physical plane where there is pain that exists along with pleasure, sadness that exists along with happiness, and all the polarities, dualities that exist here. So embracing all that what is in front of us is so important and essential. Death is one such phenomena. Learning the art of dying is so important for every seeker of truth, every seeker of spiritual science. Buddha CEO Foundation, I have very deep respect for all that work, quality work, high quality teachings are brought onto this platform to offer to all seekers. So today, let's dive into meditation first. Later, we go into the topic to have the interaction. So dear friends, let's all close our eyes and make your body totally relaxed. Because any meditation, it begins from the relaxation of the physical body. Without that, we don't feel relaxed. We don't even know what is meditation. There will be some background music. So we'll be hearing this music. At the same time, we keep expanding our consciousness, our awareness levels during this meditation. Right now, as you bring your attention to your normal and natural breathing, your inhalation and exhalation, allow this breath to guide you to go into a deeper and deeper states where you are alert, where you are aware of what's happening in you. And I would like you to continue watching your inhalation and exhalation. And as all the distracting thoughts may enter into your mind, just notice them. Let them come and go. We don't cling to those thoughts, neither we push them away. They themselves disappear because you're primarily noticing your breath. And you're noticing whatever is coming into your field of awareness. Just watch them. And watch your breath as your connection to your breath is becoming more intimate, more deeper. All those thought forms which are related to your past and your present or in the future moments, all those thoughts have no relevance right now. They just disappear like clouds in the sky. Just noticing your in-breath and out-breath and stepping into that stillness within. And I would like you to continue this inward journey from the physical to the non-physical, to the very essence in you. We have our deeper core, deeper essence, which is the expression of our soul energy. It is the fragrance of our own being here and now. I would like you to, in this stillness, keep going into the very center, the very core of your being. Let this stillness, let your breath be guides to you to step into the place where you know about who you are. You have the inner recognition about who you really are. Even though you have the awareness of your body, but you are much more than this body. You have awareness of the thoughts in your mind. You're much more than your thoughts in your mind. You have awareness of emotions and feelings, but you're much more than that. You are that consciousness which is witnessing and watching everything that is happening in you right this moment. Be in that place within you where you are experiencing beyond time and space, where there is no limitation of time and space. Suddenly, you step into an expanded consciousness beyond time and space, beyond body and mind. Once you are stepping into that deep inner core of your being with a curiosity to understand what is the death, what is life, and what is the mystery of you and mystery of everything. The deep inner knowingness within you can make you right now realize so many things beyond language, beyond words, beyond logical, linear, analytical mind. I would like you to right now, with all the awareness and alertness, I would like you to pay attention to these two important aspects, two important things which we all experience. One is our life, which began with our birth, the physical life, and the second one is the death. Like we have these two eyes, left and right. On the left side, you can see the death, represent the death. On your right side, represent your life. Life that has come, the life that is all the time stepping into you. Right now, being curious, open to understand about life and death, birth and death. I would like you to just give all your attention to the death. Any fear, any resistance that shows up right now, we recognize, we notice that inner resistance towards death. We look at the death, into the eyes of the death, very deeply. You say to yourself that I am ready to face the inevitable death. Mustering your courage onto your left side, turning towards your left side, and taking steps, 3 steps, coming closer to the death, looking into the eyes of the death, which may symbolically appear to you as the darkness, and many symbols of death may appear at this moment. Whatever way that you connect with the death right now, it's all right. Look at it. Three steps. 3, 2, coming very close, where you can feel the death, a very close distance, 1. And as you deeply connect now into the death, not fearing, not pushing it away right now, I would like you to see all the dead people, the family members who died, the neighbors, the friends, your deepest, respected and loved, revered beings who passed away, who went to the other side, all of them. Through the eyes of the death, you can look at them. Before you, in your family, your ancestors were there, your grandparents were there, great-grandparents existed, and they all went to the other side. Look at them, all of them. Some of them you know consciously, some of them you do not know. And you say to them, I see you all. And one day I will reach to this place where you all are residing. At this moment, notice what's happening when you're saying that. Any movement inside your heart center opening further, and where you are expressing your gratitude to all those people who are there before, who left the bodies, thanking them, acknowledging them, their presence. From this close distance, understanding that death is also an integral part of the greater life of us, the life that is continuing even after death. And you are waving your hand to all those people who are residing in those soul realms, the realm of the dead, saying goodbye now. I'm going to come back here after I complete my mission, my divine purpose for which I incarnated on this planet Earth. With a deep respect and honor and love, just bowing down to all of them, just a little bit your head tilting down, your chin down, and saying thank you, and thank you. And you're saying to the symbolic representation of the death, to the entity called the death, that I take some more time to come back to you, to come to you. One day I definitely will come here to meet you again. Before that, I have something important to complete. I have my purpose. Say to the entity called death, whatever that symbol of death that is in front of you, and take your steps back right now. 3 steps back, come back to the place where you are looking at the death and the life. 1, 2, and the 3rd step, come back. And at this moment, I would like you to turn towards life with deep connection, deep respect. The life that has something to offer to you, the life that wants you to fulfill something, the life that wants you to align, to live, celebrate your life fully. I'd like you to look into the eyes of the life force, which may symbolically appear to you as the fresh, tender leaves which are coming up from a plant sapling, the plant tree that's growing and expanding, the life that is everywhere. The moment you are born in this physical plane, the life that is gifted to you, where you also said yes to life and stepped into your mother's womb, into the fetal body, and where you are born as a newborn baby with this life force. And you say thank you to your mother and father who prepared this physical vehicle so that you could experience this life. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. Thank you, dear mother, dear father. I honor this gift of life by living fully, by living happily, living abundantly. Claim your uncompromised rights to exist in this physical plane. Say, I exist here. I belong. I have roots in this physical realm. At this moment, take these 3 steps, coming closer to the life, much closer, closer than before, where the life force can enter into you and life force can flow through your bodies, your gross physical body as well as the subtle body. 3, 2, and 1. Come closer to the death, closer to the life, looking into the eyes of the life. Let the life enter into you fully. Where that life force is flowing through the 72,000 nadis and the energy centers effortlessly, where all the blockages, whatever that are there, it's like of water flowing and removing all the blockages, these energy currents, the life force energy flowing through these nadis and dissolving these blockages. Allow this energy, life force to move fully into you. Take it fully. Now you say to the life, so far I was away from you. So far I could not connect deeply to you. Now I decide, I choose to live my life fully, aligned to my purpose, the mission for which I incarnated. I live abundantly. I live with dignity and respect, with honor, with love. Saying that, you see all those people that whom you come across who always celebrated life. There are so many examples. The life which was celebrated, the life which was lived fully, every single moment, expressing life creatively. living life with joy, singing and dancing and expressing creatively. See those examples that you have come across in your life, in your family, in your friend circle, or people that you always admire because they are the examples of living life, celebrating life at this moment. Taking all that inspiration into you, I'd like you to come back to the place where you started the journey. Come back to that neutral place where you're watching the life and the death. 1, 2, and 3. At this moment, being here and now, here and now, with the deep respect, deep love, deep gratitude to your mother, father, and all the spiritual friends, spiritual guides, spiritual teachers who inspired you, who are helping you to be born again, to live every single moment with a meaning and purpose. With this, I would like you to stay in this deep stillness, deep meditative awareness, to gather all that insights that you have gained from this experience of embracing death and taking the life fully into you. The next 2 minutes, I would like you to gather all the realizations that you had, insights that you gained. Just bring those pearls of wisdom into your conscious, alert, aware states. With a deep thank you, noticing your breath, noticing your physical body, the sensations in the body, fully orienting yourself to this present moment, now and here. With all the awareness. 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. 10 seconds. Coming back fully into this present moment. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And take your time, my dear friends, and slowly moving your hands and placing your palms on your eyes, touching your eyelids with your fingertips, coming back fully with all the insights that you have gained. Take your time to open your eyes. Welcome back. Welcome, dear friends. It's always wonderful to look at all of you after meditation. Every meditation is like we are born again. We are with a newness, we step into this life again every time we come back from our depths of our being in meditation. We come back into the life fully with a beautiful smile. That's how we express our life, through smiles. And it's nice looking at all of you in the gallery view. Thank you. And so in this meditation, we looked at death. We are not afraid of the death, because whatever that is going to happen, it may be 30 years from now, or could be even 100 years or 200 years, doesn't matter. But one day we reach there. But something the death teaches us to live our life fully with a very deep connection with our purpose. There's something that everyone thought of, planned well ahead before coming into this life. And we have selected our mother and father, our family members. We've chosen this family to be born. We wanted certain important lessons to be learned in life. And we have chosen circumstances in which where these lessons can be offered to us from a very, very younger age. So it's all our choices. We all have chosen out of free will to come into this family. So I'm very happy to talk to you about now the psychology of the inner child, because it's something very, very important topic. Our goal of all of us is to realize who we truly are. We may call that as enlightenment. We may call it as self-realization, or realizing the God within. And we may give many other terms, like words we use, like nirvana. We want to reach the nirvana state of nirvana. And there are certain definitely blockages which are pulling us back constantly. There are certain things which we need to deal with in our this current life. We may call them as certain kind of emotional, mental blockages. Even in our sadhana, in our practice of meditation, we find that you're practicing, but still you are not able to progress much. Somewhere we are falling back again to the old patterns. All of us have come with certain difficulties in our life, challenges in life, not difficulties, challenges. Without exception, everyone will have challenge. And there are some kind of negative situations as well. Even though we want to ignore them, want to move towards spiritual path, but they are there. They pull us back. They trouble us sometimes. Sometimes we struggle a lot. So there are certain beliefs we carry inside us, certain limiting beliefs. We experience these limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs, and emotional fears, certain emotional states in our life. Whenever these kind of situations or patterns are repeating in our life, situations are coming again, those unpleasant situations coming back to us in the relationships domain, or could be in the world where we are interacting with people. It could be anywhere. So these beliefs create experiences of our life, and these beliefs are formed when we were very, very young. Experiences that we went through, earlier experiences, created these beliefs. So it is like two things. One is belief, another is reality, the experiences we create. Belief creates experience. Experience in turn creates beliefs. For example, as a child, you were humiliated. You were punished because you did a mistake. From that time onwards, your learning process is delayed because we feel that I can be wrong. A child who is punished for mistakes will stop learning in life, because only through mistakes we learn. As a child, when we are walking, when we are playing with certain toys, sometimes we may break them. But a parent who is very, very harsh and saying, oh, you did a blunder, a mistake, and humiliating or punishing the child, it will create a belief that many beliefs, it can result into many beliefs that I'm guilty of it, I'm guilty of what I have done, and I can never learn. And always I fall, I fail. If I try to do something new, I will fail. We form certain beliefs based on our earlier experiences. So when I came into the spiritual path, my interest always was, what is that blocking us in reaching to our potential? Why all of us have such pure intentions, but why these intentions are not fulfilled? We are such magnificent, magical beings. Why we are not able to live our magnificence here? Why we are not able to translate our potentiality into kinetics? And that was the question always for me. And I recognize that a lot of conditioning that happens when we were children, right from the womb, inside the womb, Many, they feel that they don't belong here. Parents who are thinking that, oh, this is a girl child, I want a boy child. Or I'm not ready for this pregnancy. Or they have fear about bringing this child into the world. The child feels unwelcomed, unwanted. With this, our roots of belonging is shaken up. We feel that I don't belong here. We feel unwanted, unsafe, with reluctance to come into this physical world. So many are born with such difficulties, for example, a cord around the neck, or they stayed in the womb for a long time and they could not come out easily. And doctors have to bring out with forceps delivery or cesarean section. Everything begins in the womb. We are completely programmed inside the womb also. Many thought forms, many beliefs, many of our birth psychology is formed right inside the womb. Our mind is a blank slate, somewhere even much earlier when we were in the soul state. But the moment we step into the fetal body, we are identifying ourselves with the mother and the father. Did they welcome you into this world? Did they carry some fears? What kind of circumstances were there at that time? Even it results into your belief framework. It results into your belief structures. For example, father who lost everything because when you are born, many in the family members, they say, oh, this child has brought a lot of bad luck to the family. Even though they don't speak about it, but they have in their subconscious mind this thought form, oh, I brought unluck, bad luck to the family. And we are coming into this world with this thought, I bring bad luck. I'm a bad luck. I have bad luck in my hands. They are so deep rooted identity beliefs we all have that I am a failure, I am unworthy, I am a bad person, I'm a bad luck to the family, and such beliefs which are very, very limiting. Many, they struggle to change these beliefs. Just changing the thought it won't change these beliefs because they are like deep boulders, deep unmovable structures which are formed in your psyche at a very younger age. They're like called imprints. A deep imprinting is done. And it's not that it's difficult to change. It's everything is changeable. But it need to be changed at that stage, at the deeper level, not with the superficial conscious mind level. It won't change. That's why many positive thinkers that, oh, I think positively. I say I'm confident, I'm intelligent, I exist, I can succeed in life. But these conscious thoughts will not be able to reprogram your subconscious mind because your subconscious imprints, programming that is done is a very deep, at a deeper level. So when you are born also, we encountered the 3 years, first 3 years of age is called formative years, your foundation years, first 3 years of our life. When I was born, my parents given me to my grandmother. In most of the Indian families, it's normal. You know, our grandmothers, our grandparents, we send the children there because parents at that time are they're working very hard and to even to earn the bread for life for the family, they need to work hard. So with that intention to secure finances, to make the child, have some bank accounts so that they can be joining in a good school. So parents give the child to grandparents, or there's some kind of, we keep them with the relatives and we work so hard. What happens is it results into certain blockages. When I was born, I was sent as 8 months old baby to my grandmother. I thought I don't have mother. Is to feel like an orphan. Without our mothers, without someone mirroring us, our positive traits as a young child, we miss something very valuable. I used to cry a lot as a child. I carry a lot of sadness. First time when I entered into meditation, I could actually look at all the sadness that I carried in my life, which I was hiding. I formed certain defense mechanisms so that I don't feel any sadness of me. Very intelligent way that I pushed all the sadness bottled up and inside my subconscious mind I kept it. It used to come back. I used to have very dysfunctional habits like smoking and drinking alcohol. Very when I become very temperamental, used to become very violent. Even smallest triggers used to bring such anger in me. As a child, that was there, but I came into meditation path, and you can't avoid the stuff that is there inside you. So I was able to look into my childhood. I embraced my inner child. I could reprogram my inner child, re-imprint completely, decondition myself. So this mind is formed with all that what we have gone through in life, all the circumstances, situations, what you heard, we have to drop all that conditioning because it has mostly resulted into negative conditioning, many negative programs. We are programmed to fail, we are programmed to succeed in life. It's all programmed. Just like in a computer, we have many softwares which are programmed. We have many things unconsciously running. So meditation path is path of awareness. When we look into us ourselves, we can't bypass these layers, the layer of the mind, the layer of emotions. All this we have to go through them, and we will actually, whenever we recognize something as something like an imprint, which is formed at a very young age, we change it, reframe it. So we unlearn what we have learned. We become again the essence beings. We don't connect to our essence, our soul fragrance, because these other thought forms become more pervasive. For example, I'm not good enough. Others are better than me. Oh, I'm meditating, but others meditate very well. They have third eye. I can't open my third eye because I'm not doing it correctly. We fall. Even anything that we choose as a task, we fall back, we fall down, because these beliefs and thoughts, they create your reality, they determine your life. It's so mandatory important to unlearn, decondition, reprogram, change all that childhood imprinting. Right now, dear friends, all of you, can you recall your childhood home? We all have that memory of our childhood home. Maybe we have changed 3-4 homes, but earliest memories, earlier, the first house when you are a baby, a little baby, we all have memory of it. Can you bring it up consciously? We have an image of that. We have a picture of that inside our minds. And right now, can you close your eyes and briefly, not only just remembering in the conscious mind, just closing your eyes, look at that picture of your childhood home. Just try that. Bring that up, pull that memory record of the childhood home. And then look at the childhood home. Reconstruct that old memory of the childhood home. If it is a small independent house, and look at that. If it is an apartment where you are born and you lived there as a child, even that, reconstruct that image of that childhood home, the furniture, the home. Right now, I would like you to not only just remembering the details, I would like you to project your entire consciousness right now to that childhood home. Revisit, feel yourself there. Experience yourself being there in the childhood home once again. Walking into that home, looking at everything, suddenly you recall many things, many memories, many moments from your childhood. All the games that you played with your siblings, and all the pleasant experiences you had with your mom and dad, family dinners, festivals, celebrations, all that. Suddenly everything becomes so alive. Get it. Take all your time to navigate through all the rooms of your childhood home. Probably there's a bedroom where you used to sleep. There's a kitchen where mom used to cook food. And there's a place where you all sit down and have fun as a family. You remember, and suddenly you recognize many other things as well. Even the surrounding home, the road where we used to walk, come back to the home from your school, the veranda that is there, or if there is anything, even outside, there's a garden. You remember that. Many details, many things will come up. Not only that, you suddenly have certain nostalgia, even certain deeper feelings, certain emotions. You access them because the childhood is the most beautiful time. We all have some golden moments, memories which we cherish always. Many, many positive memories. Not only that, there are certain memories which are very, very, very painful to us also, which resulted into certain negative beliefs, limiting beliefs, negative experiences. Just be open in that childhood home, navigating, touching, and looking at everything and remembering and accessing memories. At this moment, I would like you to just intend in the childhood home, intend to meet the inner child of you, the child version of you, younger version of you. It's fun to do that. Now it is 2022, 25th October, 7:10 a.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. Right now, whatever time zone you are in, right now, as this version, future version, I would like you to look at the younger version. Meet that younger version of you, the child version of you in that childhood home. In the middle of the room, if you have to imagine that child, in what age group this child appears to you, imagine yourself connecting to that child version. Meet that child version of you, a young little boy, young little girl, and what dress code this child is wearing. Imagine yourself coming closer to the child and even to a close proximity where you can touch the child, hold the child. Being held is one of the deepest experiences as a human being. This child was held by the mother many times. She was holding us. Mom and dad, they were holding us. Right now, I would like you to be there for that child, holding that little baby, and say to this baby that I'm coming from the future time, 25th October 2022. I'm glad that I could find you today. Happy to be here with you today. Speak to that little girl, little boy from your heart. Looking into the heart, into the eyes of this child, connecting deeply, even stepping into the world of this child. What is this child going through in his or her life? And then in their lives, what they are going through in that as a younger versions. Realizing many things in this moment. You say to this child that I am here for you. I'm there for you. If the child has gone through so many painful, difficult, challenging moments, you say to this child, I'm sorry that you have to go through all this all alone. I'm very sorry. It has brought you a lot of hurt. I'm there for you now. I would like you to transmit all that compassion, love, kindness, friendship to this child version of you. One message is love, love which is unconditional. You say to this child, I love you for who you are. You might have failed in the school, you might have done mistakes, you might have broken a lot of toys, but still I love you as you are. Non-judgmental, pure form of love you transmit to that younger version of you right now. Just take 2 more moments, 2 more minutes. Holding and embracing this inner child of you, the child version who is not far away. Right now, this child version is in you. Even that child who felt wounded, the child who felt disconnected, abandoned, lonely, shamed, fearful. You're holding the child with all the love. And at this moment, don't stop any kind of tears that comes out, the tears of joy, because it's a reconnection with your own younger version. Any tears, allow them. Tears are cleansing. Finally, last 1 minute, you say you are safe. You are loved. I accept you and love you exactly the way you are. You can be just you. You don't need to be somebody. You don't need to please the world, please the people. You can just be you, dear, dear, darling self, my younger version. I love you unconditionally. You can just be unique masterpiece. You are the unrepeatable divine version of reality. There's nobody like you in the past, in the present, or in the future. You are uniquely you. with this message given to this younger version, holding that little baby, little baby, stay inside your heart, and you are a grown-up self with this beautiful, safe feeling and love, feeling of love and acceptance. Grow up to your current moments. Grown-up self, you are a mature, grown-up, wise adult self. And take a nice deep breath and slowly detach from that childhood home and come back. Return to this present moment, this moment where you are here and now. That's wonderful, friends. Welcome back, welcome back. You may slowly open your eyes. And that's really wonderful. How many of you felt yourself connection to that childhood home? How many could bring the memory and recollections of the childhood home? Let me know if you, whatever way. Yeah, that's nice. Symbol, digital hand symbol, that's nice. Or you may put in the chat box, or you may raise your palm. You can say that, yes, I see in the gallery view. That's nice. That's nice. Thank you. How many could even connect to the younger version of you? You saw that younger little version, the child version of you. Yeah, I did. Mallikarjun, and yes, Rajni, Lalwani ji, Nani. Yeah, that's nice. And how many felt certain emotions coming to you? Emotions like you felt the emotion because there is an empathy. We all feel that we empathize with the emotions which are not yours right now. You as an adult, you don't have those emotions, but when you connected to the child version, you felt those emotions. Yes. Yeah, scared and helpless. That's very good. Thank you. Because it's so important to acknowledge those feelings. My inner child was crying. I felt very sad for her. Yeah. And friends, if it is okay, I would like you to also wanted you to share so that I can throw some more light on it, and it will be a good interactive platform. And I request the Buddha CO team can help me to highlight those who would like to share with your digital hand if you raise, and the Buddha CO team members can help in.
Yes, Newton. So we have
Yeah.
Anantha
Yes, Rathanvel will do that thing.
So we have Anantha Ramakrishna sir will.
Yes, please.
Yes, Rathanvel will do that thing.
So we have Anantha Ramakrishna.
Yes.
Rathanvel will.
I think it's good to spotlight Anantharamanji, if it is possible, or whoever would like to share.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
Yes, here we have dear sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Morning.
Yes, please go ahead, Anantha Ramakrishna sir.
Sir, I was able to connect myself. I had some bitter feelings. I was able to bring out. I was able to see all those things, and I was able to connect with the home that I had, that we were living in Chengalpet when I was about 4 years or 5 years ago. And then we shifted to Chennai, West Mambalam. All those things we were able to remember. And then the rooms that veranda, kitchen, all those things. And then the front place where we were playing cricket and the roadside. And then the friends, some of the friends I was able to recall their faces also. And the uh, the playful things we had with our siblings and then our cousins, etc. All those things I was able to remember. In the school which I went, and then the classmates, some of the classmates' faces also I was able to recall. And then some of the teachers who taught us, all those things I was able to recall. And then
Wow.
subsequently, I was able to cajole myself also. So it's all part of the game. And I just want to forget about the bitter feelings which I had
Yeah.
rather.
Yeah.
So
That,
that's what. That's one.
is so wonderful because you went back almost many decades back.
Yeah,
Probably it is 60 or 50 decades or
yeah.
40
It is.
decades or 50
It
years
was.
back or
I'm 72 only.
72.
Only.
Yeah. Only.
And, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about when I was in third standard in Chengalpet. That was in
Ah.
57, 58. And
Wow.
then we moved over to Chennai in 1958 somewhere. I joined in
Yes.
fourth standard from after completing third
Yes.
standard in Ramakrishna School in Chengalpet.
Almost 60 years back you visited,
Yes,
sir.
yes,
60 years back.
yes.
It's so
So
good always reconnecting to our younger version, the child version. It brings up so much of energy. We access to that, the energy of the child, and we have suddenly a lot of gratitude. All
uh,
those, yeah,
I thank you very much. But for you, this memories I would not have recalled so vividly. Of course, maybe
yeah,
one or two thoughts might have
right,
come as a passing cloud, but
yeah,
not so vividly and continuously. I would not have experienced mixed feelings. Maybe
yes,
I have only bitter feelings, not the pleasant feelings. I might
yeah,
not.
bitter feelings. So, because these bitter feelings that you felt is not really, unwelcome feelings. What you did in this meditation is you acknowledge those feelings. The child went through these bitter
Yes,
feelings.
yes, yes, correct.
And because this acknowledging these feelings so important, because mostly we don't even, we try to put them in a closet and we hide them. And sometimes it keeps coming back into our life when we are all alone, when we are somewhere isolated. That time it comes back to us, these
Yes,
feelings.
particularly my
Mm,
father was so harsh and used to beat us
yeah, yeah,
for even for small things. As you
yes,
said that we all committing so many mistakes. As you said that
correct, sir.
once the child is punished,
Yeah.
then the same thing happened to me also
Oh,
because
right.
he was so harsh and used to
So harsh. Yeah.
punish
So
us.
the child felt very, very shamed also. When a child
Yes,
is beaten, felt
yes,
shamed. Oh, I did something. My father never liked me, and my father did not love me, and I'm punished because I'm a bad person. I'm wrong.
yes.
I did wrong, and I am mistake. So this shame is such very deep, negative emotional energy in us. It has a consequence in our adult life,
And
right?
he also
Mm.
used to shame us in public even when I
Yeah, yeah,
requested
yeah.
not to do so. But
Yes, yes.
the more I say, the more he used to go on
Correct.
to
Yeah.
shame us in public, shame me in public.
Yes.
So all those
Correct.
bitter feelings I had.
We had those bitter feelings. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And can you look at your father right now with
Yes,
his
I am able
eyes?
to do. He
You
possibly
are
in
well to
2000.
do.
Yes,
You say to your father, dear father, as a child, I went through this shame, these bitter feelings. Can you say to your father?
yes. Now you.
Now you can say,
Yes,
I felt very shameful, very bitter, a lot of bitter feelings. Dear Father, this was what happened to me as a child. I missed you, Dad. I miss you. I miss all those moments where you can be so loving and nurturing towards us. I missed all that. What's coming up to you when you're saying this to your father?
Yeah. Some light
Light
than what is what used to be.
before. Yeah, you say to your father, I love you, Dad. Because see your father also as a very vulnerable. He has his own difficult childhood.
Yeah.
When he was a child, he was also going through many challenging moments.
Might have been, because we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
We don't know, but that's what is mostly truth. They went through a lot of wounds themselves. So you say to father, your father, I love you, Dad. Wherever you are, I am connected to you. Yeah, Dad, thank you for this gift of life.
Yes, that I have been, of course, now I told him as you said, but even
Yeah.
before that, for quite maybe for the past 2 or 3 years, I realized myself that I should not have been, even though he was so harsh and so humiliating me so public. I just, of course, I'm not big enough to pardon him, but then I just requested him to forgive me, or just I want to forget about all those bitter feelings, etc. I
Right.
used to tell myself, and before going to bed also, and immediately after getting up from bed also,
Exactly.
I used to repeat all this.
Excellent, excellent. That's wonderful, Ananta Ramakrishnan-ji, for your sharing. Thank you so much. Appreciate. And can we have one more question or sharing?
Yes, sir. So thanks, Ananta Krishnan, sir. So next, yeah, Validevi ma'am will be unmuting.
Yeah, please unmute. Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Very happy Deepavali.
Thank you.
Namaste. Yeah.
Namaste.
Deep gratitude. Have attended many of your master classes. So this is first time I'm sharing my inner child experience with you. Surprisingly, I connected to a teenager of myself. I could recall my two homes. One, I was probably around stayed till 10 years, 11 years, then teenage. I am into meditation through Chandra sir for last 2.5 years, and now I realize, many of our experience due to our childhood or previous life experience, right? So I observed when as I growing up, I was more of a boisterous, tomboyish kind of a girl, and so away from my cousins or my friends who are girls, and very naughty, very vocal. And I felt my family, especially my mother, felt very conscious of that, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so all through my growing up years, she's been telling me, no, you're not supposed to talk like this. You're not supposed to do this, right? And I don't know. I had a very deep fear also growing up, unexplainable fear as a child. At the same time, very, very brave about many things which no other child would be, doing it. Very vocal, very upfront, and can tell anybody anything. So that conflict, I think I still carry to some extent, but I recognize that. So I connected to teenager of myself. I felt everybody's correcting me, everybody's looking at me that, oh, this is not the way to behave. I was the first child to wear jeans and go in a smaller village.
Yeah, yeah.
So I rebelled against many things. And I could really hold the teenager and say that that's fine the way you are. You can be happy, gay, and jumping, climbing the tree with your boy cousins. So that's fine. So, and yeah, that is what I could really connect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So as a much younger version of you, with whom you are so deeply connected, whose approvals you are looking for as a child?
I think it's my father and also
Your
my mother.
mother
Yeah, mother.
also.
Yeah, and also I have a very, very deep influence, very positive influence from my maternal grandfather. When I look back, I felt he's the only person who didn't judge me,
Oh,
the way I
wow.
was growing up, and always had a different kind of confidence in me. I was not great at studies, but I was great in many things.
Very good. You
But
received the approvals from your
yes, he
grandfather.
would always see me as somebody who will achieve big thing in life, even
Yes.
so I think with that confidence, even today I connect to him that, he saw me in that, right? So
Yeah,
my father and mother and my grandfather
father.
have,
And
yeah.
who was expecting a boy child? Uh, Anybody expecting a boy child instead of a girl
Uh,
child?
And no, I don't think so, because my parents had a little late, and so they were more than welcome, and they had a lot of affection, and my father never restricted me for anything not doing.
Yeah.
Very, very open growing up environment.
So you
Only my
have siblings. You have
yes,
siblings.
yes, my younger brother and sister, and I was given a lot of attention. So
Lot of
that way,
attention.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think hands in glove kind of a treatment, so that actually created more of
Oh, right.
yes,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
nice. Today, reconnecting to younger version of you, where
yes,
you validated all the experience of your younger version.
yes.
And
I want to bring one thing. So I have a
yeah.
daughter of 10-year-old
Hmm.
who struggles with the deep fear of big noise and sound. And I see somewhere, growing up myself in her at times. I don't know it's the right relation, but this fear I never had for balloon. She never attends a birthday party because of fear of balloon sound,
Hmm.
and even crackers. I think every child does, but I feel it is extreme level of fear.
Extreme. Oh,
Yes,
right. So your daughter had this fear when she was very young child also, less than 10
yes,
years. Yeah,
yes,
even now she had that. Okay.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, right. So from your own life
yes,
as a child,
yes,
what were your fears? Because children mirror parents.
right. I think my biggest fear was somebody commenting or criticizing me that this is wrong. So
Oh,
I
right.
would hold back anything to do, and very cautious, extreme cautious about everything. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Fearful.
Anybody using a harsh tones, like a loud, very
Yes,
noisy? As
yes,
a child, you were
yes.
scared about that? Yeah. Who was
Yes,
that in your
my
family?
my father has a very loud noise, a
Loud
voice.
noise, voice.
Yes, yes. He says
Yeah, yeah.
anything in a yeah.
Loud. And
Yes,
because somewhere the sound, how we sound, how we, relate with the sound energy
yes,
it comes from our earlier childhood memories. And somewhere as you heal this fear in you, your daughter also mirrors something different,
okay,
because the children till 18 years, they're almost like children only.
right,
So they
right.
mirror back parental energy.
Yeah,
If
I realized.
parents,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
realized, but I didn't know which energy she is trying to mirror me.
this is the energy, the
Okay,
loud
okay,
energy.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
And by default, every child has two fears: the fear of sound, the fear of heights.
Right,
The mother nature has put it in every child,
right.
the fear of sound and fear of loud sounds. and fear of heights. But sometimes, for example, Diwali crackers, it's natural that we fear if it is too explosive sound. But if a balloon sound, which is like a blasting, even that smallest triggers bringing big fear, it has something we need to look into, because there's something childhood imprint which your daughter is mirroring to you.
Okay, it's my childhood she's mirroring. That's what you're
She is
saying?
mostly that is the case.
Okay.
And second is possibility is your own daughter went through something very, very loud things when she was very younger version, very little baby.
Okay, is
That
it
imprinted.
possible that they carry from previous life?
It's possible, but mostly it will be here only.
Okay,
This
so
is
how do
very
I,
fresh.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I recommend this where you work on your own fear, being okay with loud sound, loud noise sound of the father, your father's
Yes.
critical, judgmental, sometimes loud voice of your father. Be okay with it, and where you are healing that fear in you,
Yes.
yeah, that will
So,
help you a lot.
yeah. Thank you so much. I think
Welcome.
very profound. And I was seeking this answer. I think you just appeared today. Yesterday I saw this ad. It is again my meditation and whatever I wanted. I think I just got it. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Deepest
Thank you.
gratitude to
Thank you
you
so
and
much.
Buddha Sivio. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's have one more sharing. That would be nice.
Sure, sir. Manjula ma'am, please unmute and switch on video.
Hello. Hi, no, stay.
Hi there, happy Diwali.
Thank you.
I used to follow your videos of Lakshmi ma'am and you related to parenting and all.
Yeah.
And I wanted to clear out many of the blogs using Louise Hay childhood, mirror work and all. But today I realized I still have those within me, but not in extreme state, but I still have them. Some of the blogs, like some kind of abuses, and whenever my parents argue and fight, I always feel like helpless. Like I feel like I want to do something, like this. I used to hold myself like this and felt like I want to do something. I feel like it's happening because of me. Because sometimes, we don't do what they say and they may get angry, and from that the fight may start, and it will go to some extent where they use all the
Right.
words they should not use in front of the kids and all.
So what you used to do at that time as a child, when parents used to fight and use abusive language, what you used to do? How you survived as a child?
I usually play. I used to play with my things, and suddenly I can hear some of the noises coming, and some sounds that like my father was hitting my mother, something like that. And I feel like I just want, I have my toys and everything in my hand, right? I just want to throw them on my father, saying like, "Don't beat her."
Oh, okay. So
I feel like
you used to stop them from fighting. How you used to stop their fights?
No, I was so scared to go in between.
In between, yeah, you're too young.
Yeah,
too
and
small.
I feel like they may hit me also.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And, not only that, I had so many things which I can't share, but I have recollected all those things. I'm just trying to work on them. Some of the abuse I have faced.
Yeah.
There are so many things.
Correct. Thank you, Manjula ji, for sharing about this, because I know you love your family. You have very deep respect for family. But the facts are facts. These facts that happened, what happened in your childhood, created certain kind of imprints and beliefs for you, which we carry into adult life. The consequence for what we have gone through. consequences we face it now. And it's the energy of blame. For example, if we keep blaming the past, we keep blaming, oh, my parents are always fighting and that's why my life is now ruined. And we really will not be, not helpful at all. So what is helpful, going to be very helpful, is reparenting that child version. Whatever that child missed out, the child might have missed out the attention from parents because they are not giving their time to you. They're instead very busy in fighting with each other. Second, the kind words. The words are so important. Every child wants to hear not the abusive language, but the words which can uplift the spirit of the child. So these two things. And the third thing is the comfort, the safety, the safe feeling, which was missing for you.
This I have missed because my mother used to work in farms and they just put us in, the swing, and they put a pot under the swing in case if we don't get hurt.
All alone inside.
Yeah, some of the old people who can't even walk. We do all the things in that swing only, what are the necessary things, everything in the
Correct.
pot.
So what is this child deciding in that moment when the child was kept like that?
I was very little. I was a few
because
months
the child believes in certain things in that moment. What's the belief that you formed as a young little baby? I'm lonely, alone.
And I'm not getting what I need. The love, I feel like I want the touch.
Yeah. So,
and, After I have given birth to my child, I realized that I have been taking all those patterns. I'm showing all those patterns on him.
Yeah.
And he was doing the same. He was trying to get my attention, always being with me, always want to be in my,
Correct.
in my arms and all. And after I have implemented few of the things, I have seen, a lot of change in him. Like he is like playing by himself.
Correct. Yes. It's nice, Manjula ji. And because these earlier decisions and beliefs that are formed in a child, for example, I'm lonely and my needs are not going to be fulfilled. No matter whatever I do, whatever I say, whatever I reach out for, they will not be fulfilled. My needs are not fulfilled because one of the fundamental rights is a right for need, right to choose, right to choose, right to need. This is compromised for you as a child. So the beliefs that are formed is my needs are not going to be fulfilled. We feel so empty inside. And it's nice that you're so courageous. You are able to bring up as an adult, took responsibility to alter that, changing your beliefs also. Thanks for sharing, Manjula ji. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this meditational knowledge. Without this, I couldn't have done all this. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Thank you. So any questions that are there, we can take up a few questions.
Yes, sir. So we don't see any questions in the chat. Dear friends and masters, do you have any questions? Please put in the chat window.
Or otherwise, we can also later, you can send the email, some questions if you have. It's nice, dear friends, because it's already 7:45, many you have to go to your workplaces. So I thank all of you for being today participating in this. And Buddha CEO, I thank Master Chandra and Vani Garu. They're my very dear friends, buddies, and we were spiritual buddies. And I thank all of you for the entire team. I thank all of you for
so between there is a question as well, sir. So how do you See that the inner child is healed.
But can you say it again, the question?
Yeah, how do we know that the inner child is healed?
Healed, okay. There are certain signs we see, indicators that the child is healed. Certain states we experience, the joy, the pure unconditional love, and third thing is connection, oneness, and the peace. Because whenever something that blocks are getting opened and healed, we see the repercussions, the consequence of that is a positive, flood of energy. We feel certain new feelings. So that's answer to your question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Dr. Kavita Gupta, she's digital hand she
Yes,
raised.
sir.
Yeah.
Shall we go ahead? Shall we go ahead?
Yeah. Dr. Kavita Gupta, can you unmute? Yeah.
Doctor, it's so good to, I'm not able to switch on my video
It's all,
because I'm in Srinagar and
yes,
there's very poor connectivity.
no problem. It's all right.
So, Doctor, as usual, your sessions are brilliant and absolutely good. I have a small question. In the
Yes.
inner child, somewhere, I think I had some kind of a attack of an entity.
Yeah.
You know, the entity attack. And because
Right.
of that, then I had very profuse bleeding in the menstrual cycle at a very early stage and lot of pus-filled acne in my face. And my personality also somewhat became very sad and very, different kind of a thing, aggressive and angry. So I want to ask you, is this kind of a thing, like today I feel that because of a lot of sessions from you and other things, I have healed a part of that entity release, but the inner
Right.
child somewhere has not healed.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Dr. Kavita Gupta. And Dr. Kavita, she's an IAS officer from worked in several states. Right now, she is in Srinagar. Thank you for sharing about your experience, Dr. Kavita. And friends, generally, what happens is I'm speaking to you as well, Dr. Kavita.
yeah.
The child feels very scared, unsafe. One of the very primary essential needs is safety for every child. Otherwise,
Right.
the child's primitive brain, reptilian brain, is programmed that I'm not safe here. All the time, these signals are going off. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. Because as a child, inner child is carrying this for you. Unsafety. As an adult, you've grown up and with the safe feelings. You have many memories where you felt so safe. But sometimes this alarm can go off and it can beep, constantly. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. We experience that. And because this belief is so deep rooted about safety, I can be attacked. There's something powerful outside and that power can crush me. It can control me. These beliefs are formed at that younger age. Entity from outside attacking and causing some kind of unpleasant things. So it is a belief that is formed as a result of this experience that I'm not safe.
So,
There is a
Doctor,
powerful things outside. Yeah.
I did not know it was an entity attack till the
Yeah.
age of, say, 35 or so.
Correct. Yeah.
Because when my acne, pus-filled acne, remained for 20 years in spite of taking very acute course of tetracycline and everything, that is when, I came across somebody and he said, this is an entity attack, and he did something and I was able to come out of it, out of the acne problem. So it was not a belief in that sense, because it was not an, I didn't know that this was there for quite some time. I didn't know entities are there and things are there. But yes.
Yeah, maybe at that time there's a confusion, lot of confusion. The child went through confusion and unsafe feeling. you know, generally we form beliefs about safety. I'm not safe. I'm not safe in this body. I'm not safe. I am not with my really optimal health. And there's so many experiences which were unpleasant at that time for you.
Yes.
So all that results into certain limiting beliefs. It's good to reframe those beliefs.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you know the way now, reconnecting to the child version, and you know how to re-imprint, how to reframe these beliefs at a very deeper level. I think you can apply that, you can do that, and that part of the aspect of you, the child version of you, who is still carrying all that, can be healed.
Yes, doctor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have a very unhappy childhood with my father and all. So yes, you said probably. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
you so much. Wonderful. Nice. So thank you, Chandra.
Thank you, Dr. Newton. It's just amazing. You did a small session and then so many emotions come up. I had a few questions to navigate this appropriately for all our seekers here. What role does regular sincere meditation practice doing to remove these inner child fears or inner child blockages?
Yeah.
Second is, can you suggest some wisdom, some books or things that can help them to understand this deeply?
Right.
And any practices that they can do on their own?
Yeah.
And in addition to, of course, I want to mention about all the things that you're doing towards it in your workshops. But first, these two questions.
Okay. Thank you, Chandra. And when we are born with the essence, actually, a crystal clear divine essence. The child represents the divine essence. Our soul fragrance is intact in that essence. But the wounding process makes the child experience so many layers of emotions which are formed around us, and the child develops these beliefs, limiting beliefs, and protective strategies, protective mechanisms, and coping strategies. With that, we never connect back to the essence. One of the best things that happen, good things happen for every person who tries to remove these fears, work on the inner child blockages, is connection with the essence inside us. So our goal is to understand who we are, realize our own self. That becomes so easy if we are able to reparent, re-imprint the younger child version of us, because we connect beyond the wounds. Before all the wounds happened to us, we were all actually like a soul beings, which has that soul frequency energy, the essence energy. So the first part of the question is how it is going to benefit all the meditators. It benefits immensely, because in achieving even our spiritual goals, one of the spiritual goal or purpose why we meditate is to gather cosmic energy. Apart from that, to realize ourselves, to be an enlightened being, to know who we are. Most of us, we do not know who we are, and that becomes easy. And the second question, how we can also navigate now from here, how we can move forward. There are a few books that I can recommend. Unfortunately, there are less of literature from India that's available. Most of the literature comes from the outside world. I put it in the chat box. The name of the master who has done such phenomenal work, John Bradshaw. I think Bradshaw is the spelling is the same, or Bradshaw. Yeah, John Bradshaw. Homecoming. Homecoming is one of the books. He authored around 6 or 7 books, but all are pioneering. It's a pioneering work about the childhood deconditioning, the inner child. Because the whole life, if we don't deal with those issues, we might carry it for the whole life. Even though many meditate for such long duration, but they fall back again because these are very foundational imprints that are formed inside us. There are different ways to re-imprint and reframe. So all that technology, all that is beautifully shared by John Bradshaw, this one author, and the second one is Osho, my favorite master. If you read Osho literature, most of the Osho books is about deconditioning. His whole emphasis is on, unlearn what you have learned so far, become fresh again, a new being again. So even if you read Dhammapada by Osho, or could be take up the Krishna, the man and his philosophy, and some of these books are so deep because he shares about deconditioning, how we carry these layers of conditioning which is preventing us connecting to our essence. So important to realize that there are defense mechanisms and the layers of beliefs we are holding on to. We can just let it go. So Osho Rajneesh is another master that I recommend. One more author, I am not getting the name. She is very good in the left-hand drawings. If Dr. Kavita, if you remember, because you attended the Inner Child, left-hand drawings and writings. There's one author. Because through that process, we access the inner child energy and activate again the creative side or intuitive side of the brain or mind. So through left-hand drawings and writings, Lucia, I remember now, Lucia is a Italian name, probably that's why it's a little Capaccione. Spelling might be wrong. If you Google search this name, you will get the title correctly. If someone can browse and put it in the chat box, it's really wonderful. So, Lucia Capaccione. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. And because the literature, this spiritual literature can help immensely. Because this is the work called, it's a bridge, which bridges the gap. Because we can't bypass the certain things in our life, the mind particularly, and we have to stay using our mind at the same time, go beyond that, transcend the mind. These are the books which can be so helpful. There are certain practical exercises given in those books. You can also do those exercises like meditation, visualizations, which can be helpful. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Newton.
Thank you.
We have books, but books are just pointers. They are there, but your synthesizing of this with many, many things that you've read, many things that you have, cases particularly you've seen that you help heal. And so personally, I've attended several of your programs, and everything is always very deep. So some of you who may not know, and if you are new, Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi have designed so many programs. They're very, very deep, 5-day, 6-day courses with maybe 40 to 50 processes. Just that simple process that we did 2 or 3 today. And then there are many such processes that help us to see quicker, faster. Our meditation is a great tool. And then that emptiness, the connectedness that we're experiencing every day, and the wisdom we're gaining, that we are whole by ourselves, is helping us to overcome some of these. But there's always those deep-rooted beliefs, deep-rooted imprints, which are not going away. And when he started, Dr. Newton mentioned one thing, that we can do on our own sadhana, but there is the teacher presence helps us to significantly progress. And that's what I see in Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. When they take somebody through this journey of whether it's inner child, past life, whether it's relationships, whether it is many, many things that they've created. So Dr. Newton, when he announces a program called a Soul Coach, now he's announced a program called Inner Child, which is looking to do in a large group. And when he announces a program, generally it is done in 1 or 2 days. Now they're doing Inner Child program, but however in Telugu, for 500 people, I believe, minimum. And in a mass, in a large group, to see the energies that move. That's like group meditation. When I do these things in a large group, there's this incredible amount of connectedness for the things to come out pretty quickly so that we heal. So he's doing that. And for many of us here who are there on this program, I think we all want a version of English program, which he is absolutely doing. Not many though, not many, and maybe once or twice a year. And Dr. Newton, I believe my team could not find if you are doing one during this current year in English.
We are going to have it in 2023. Yeah, because now Soul Coach program and Antar Sisu in Telugu is happening at the campus. We will be announcing that we'll be having it, Chandra. The inner child, the intense programs will happen in 2023, the first half of the year it will happen.
Seems like we really need a book from you on Inner Child.
Yeah, sure.
With this, doing only one in 2023, and that's like so many months away, right?
Yeah.
There's so much to scale. So dear friends, anytime do look up QLU Global. And I sincerely believe that each of us, when we attend these programs, take time. It doesn't matter what subject it is. And Inner Child may be now next year. There'll always be some program that QLU Dr. Newton is organizing to join that. Forget about the topic. It's just being in the presence, because ultimately they're all connected to the same truth. And so they'll come out in one way or the other, no matter what program we do. And so joining and then getting that personal guidance in presence will be wonderful. I have done several, and I continue to do less and less these days, but I've done so many ever since I started into this practice, and made sure that he was there in Pyramid Valley, and I attended so many programs here in Hyderabad and somewhere else in Bombay. So a great masters here. So thank you, Dr. Newton. And I wanted to say a few words. Behind him, that picture is this university, Quantum Life University, that is Dream. These masters, when they were, as soon as he finished his graduation in medical doctor, MD, he didn't practice that. Instead, he lived his purpose, and then he said, it has to be spirituality, it has to be that way that I empower and enable people. And so there are days where he would just take all the money to just buy books and then only live on one meal. But that's the level of commitment. 1 meal a day, and sometimes no meals, because he shared his stories. Because he loved books, he loved that he had to buy them. And so that is the commitment that he had when he was just graduated. And so his dream is to create this project along the lines of Takshila University to bring out the native wisdom, that ancient wisdom from that is there, deeply there with India, but of course worldwide now it's called Neo Spirituality. Bring all of that and teach to thousands of students, enable them. So Quantum Life University has been set up. There's a long way to go. Now certificate courses happen, but then diploma courses, undergrad courses, postgrad courses need to happen, infrastructure to be built. And we always are at Buddhaseva Foundation, we want to be part of it. Personally, I'm associated with it, with him in his journey's dreams, because selfless and total commitment, dedication, and bringing the deep wisdom. So anybody who's got any ideas here, anybody who wants to participate to make our life more meaningful, here is an opportunity. If someone absolute sincere in wanting to make this work as deep as possible to people. There isn't anyone that I've seen who has understood the whole of spiritual science. I know where it comes from. And Patriji is there, and he's the most favorite student. Let me put that way to Patriji. Most favorite student. If Patriji has to name one, then I'll name him. It's like that. And so, thank you, Dr. Norton, for that university dream. And we wish it's going to be done fully. I mean, already happening with already thousands of students are learning. And so, together to build it fully.
Yes. Thank you, Chandra ji. Thank you, all of you.
Just call me Chandra. Don't call me Chandra. Hard to me. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful to be here today. And it's always wonderful to be on these platforms like Buddhaseva organizing these events. Very transformative, and whoever participates, the feedback that I receive from the participants is amazing. Always it's very profound transformations they share. And thank you, Chandra, for what you are doing. And I feel inspired always. The level of commitment, the level of even your dedication, the sincerity, all that, it keeps inspiring me to.
Thank you, Dr. Norton. My inspiration always came from Patriji and you. Simple. Patriji and you. And my learnings are Patriji and you. Majority. Books are pointers, but in terms of applying practically, it's got to be teachers like you. So thank you to you, Dr. Lakshmi. And we hope to, depending on how his dates permit, to have a deep-rooted advanced workshop and a one-day, a two-day workshop that we will look to work with him and bring it out sometime into 23. Thank you. And then, of course, QLU Global is always there for us to go and attend and then explore. And many of his students, many of the masters that he created are doing the regular workshops. Of course, Buddhaseva community knows about it. We're always bringing, but it's a great idea to be on his news on their list. And QLU Global, it's a great idea to register one program, so you're on the list, so always get connected to them. Thank you, Dr. Nathan.
Thank you. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Yes.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we are, launching our Buddhaseva next magazine issue, dear friends. And so Madam Swanamala Patri Madam, Karthikeyan sir, potentially SVB sir, all of them will be there to release this issue dedicated to my grand teacher Patriji. But of course, it always brings a lot of other wisdom, corporate wisdom. So we're going to have that as a core theme and session. We're going to take messages from them in addition to meditation on our 38th day tomorrow. Thank you all. So we'll see you all at 6 o'clock tomorrow again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am. I am. I shine so bright. I illuminate the darkness. I am a light. I shine so bright. I illuminate the darkness. There are times